fellow at Polytechnic of Milan, and I work at the GeoLab of Politecnico. Now, I have sent to you, just before to start, the little bureaucratic things. I have just sent to you the form, the link to the form to be filled in. It is very important because it can testify your attendance to the course. So fill it now, and then we can start the lesson. I will be here with you for the next hour, for the next practice lesson about raster visualization on QGIS and the printing of maps with QGIS. And also we will meet each other also tomorrow with me for a lesson on raster processing. So I start by sharing my screen. Okay. Okay. You see my screen? And I suggest you to to make a lesson that is more participative. When I ask something, you can stop me. You can also reply to me with thumbs up if you are following me. And so, if you just want to add something or to participate, feel free to say to switch off your to switch on your microphone and so on. So if you see my screen and if you also hear me, we can start. So I look to your faces. Do you all hear me? Perfect, thank you. Okay. So now we can start the next lesson about raster visualization. You can see by the book that we will cover these subchapters, the 1.9 and the 1.10. So I will try to be very slow in making all the steps on QGIS. Obviously, stop me if I'm going too fast. This lesson will be just about playing a bit with our data to visualize them better. However, it is still important to follow me, but you can also find everything that we will say in this book. So at 1.9 and 1.10. Then, another thing, I suggest you now to remove all the layers that you had before from your GeoPackage, the GIS GeoPackage. So if you have, for example, before Gorica, thank you Gorica for the previous lesson, with Gorica you had river network, you had also the municipalities OSM. So you can remove these layers. So remove these layers, remove these layers, remove all the layers, and then add to your layers panel in the way Gorica did before the temporal distribution layer and the land cover layer, the ones that you see that are raster with these pixels, these squared pixels as icons. So I just give you some minutes to add these layers to your panel, and when you have done it, when you see the same similar thing a similar screen as now I'm seeing, just make some thumbs up or just tell that you are okay. Okay, so okay, I see that someone is already done. Okay, everyone is here. Okay. Perfect. If everyone is here, I will start. And another thing, if you see that the area of lakes, these 3 lakes, is white, is because maybe you have the temperature distribution layer under the land cover. So, as you saw before by Gorica, you just have to take the land cover layer and put it at the bottom of the temperature distribution in a way that now we see at the bottom the land cover raster map and over it the temperature distribution raster. So now we can start speaking about visualization for rasters. As I told you before, it will be just some playing with raster data. And it is important. Why? Because with a good visualization, we can understand better our data. We can also convey better the information that we want to convey. Then also, if you there are different types of visualization for raster data, and we can find them by just right-click on your layer, on your raster layer. Now we are using the temperature distribution one. Right-click on it, and you can see this window, and click on Properties. By Properties, you have the symbology. You have opened the Layer Properties window, and from it, open the symbology layer properties. You would have visualization. I suggest you also to take this window that now I am using and I have moving, and take it to the left, or better the right side of your screen, in a way that you can always modify the render type and look, and by clicking on apply, the one that you are seeing here under, you can just see what you have done. So we can play a bit. You can see by this render type there are different render types, different ways to visualize our raster data. Particularly how to choose between them. That will be also the what we are speaking about in this lesson. It is particularly from the purpose of our information, the purpose of why we want to visualize this data, but also the information they store, because there are here we have the raster distribution layer and land cover raster. These raster are different because of the information they want to provide the viewer. Because land cover, for land cover raster, you have for each pixel a number from 0 here to 41, referring to a certain precise class category of land cover, while for temperature distribution you have a distribution of measures, distribution of numbers of values of temperatures, so that in temperature distribution layer you have an information that is more quantitative, while the land cover raster type, raster data, stores a qualitative information. So depending by quantitative or qualitative data, our visualization of raster would be better with a render type that is, for example, paletted, or also the single band pseudocolor or single band gray. Also, by the different types of information stored in your layers. Also, the layers will have more or less different classes or num values to be shown, so that a particular type of renderization of visualization of raster would be better if you have more or less different values to be looked at. So now you can see that when you open your two raster layers from your GeoCAD package, they are gray, okay? They are from black to white, because QGIS opens them by default in a single band gray render type. You can see that with this render type you have, and with this color gradient that goes from black to white, you will have the lower values of temperature that are shown with black colors, and while the higher values of temperatures that will be shown with white. We can also change it, and so go to color gradient and change it to white to black, and click then on apply, to just see that, okay, we have now for higher temperatures the black colors, and for the lower temperatures the pixels are shown with white color. Probably it is more convenient here to show with the black to white color gradient, so we can skip it. We can go back to color gradient black to white and click again on apply. We can play also with contrast enhancement, and we can stretch to min-max, or we can also say that we do not want any enhancement in our visualization. What does the contrast enhancement? If I say that I want to stretch between minimum and maximum values, that are these ones here, I'm just saying to QGIS, take these values and make from the minimum to the maximum the perfect white and perfect black, and stretch the contrast, stretch the histogram between these values. So if I say no enhancement, indeed, I will not see any difference, because the difference for QGIS now are too small to be seen in the visualization, so it is not very convenient. We can change to stretch to min-max, and we can also change the minimum and max value settings by clicking on this arrow that is near to it. And we can also change cumulative count cut, all the things that will change the minimum and maximum statistics calculation, and that just to be applied to the contrast enhancement. And so you will see, by clicking again on apply, a different enhancement, a different visualization of your data, where you can see better which are the higher values and the lower values. So this is the single band gray render type that goes from black to white, or vice versa. With this type of quantitative information, we can use also another type of visualization, another type of styling, that is the single band pseudo color. Okay, now, so click on, by render type, click on single band pseudo color, okay. Then you can see that you can set the color ramp, the interpolation, and then also the mode and classes, and then click on classify. So going by step by step. For now I choose a linear interpolation, and the color ramp, what will be the more convenient here to show the temperature distribution? Probably the reds one, the reds color ramp, because it is convenient to show temperatures, the distribution of temperatures. It is representative. So I have clicked on reds, and now you can see with mode continuous, it has chosen some values to which interpolate the colors between. Now I click on apply. Okay, I have just made reds, then I have here just everything, so, and I click on apply. And you would see now that you have the lakes that are from white to black, to red. I can change also it by making I can decide the classes that I want to interpolate between for the colors. I can choose for equal interval that divides the intervals from minimum to maximum values of temperatures in a number of classes, here classes that I have set. For example, here is 5, but we can make it as 10. But then we click on classify and we will have 10 classes, okay, and we can also click on apply. It will be very similar, the visualization, because of, okay, it is still linearly interpolated between these 10 classes. But there is also, the interpolation could be also discrete. You can go to interpolation and click here, and you can click on discrete to just see that you can, now I choose again classes 10 and equal, or maybe I can make the classes as 5, and I click then on classify, okay, so equal interval, classes 5, and then click on classify, and then click on apply. Okay, now you can see that with the discrete interpolation, I will have all the pixels that are, for example, between 15 degrees and 18 degrees colored with this like orange-white color. So it is a discrete categorization of values to look at them. So these are some types to look at the single band pseudocolor, to look at this quantitative information stored by temperature distribution. And I can select linear, that was the best convenient here. And I go to, again, 10 classes, equal interval, classify. And I leave this data as here by clicking on apply. And then I click also on OK, because now it is time to play with land cover raster data. So switch off your temperature distribution by clicking here. So now you can see the lakes as white. Go on land cover as before, click on right click on it. You can see now this window, click on properties. And on properties now we can look at the ways to visualize this qualitative information that is stored into the land cover raster. Here the best option is to use the paletted unique values, because in this way, okay, I have selected again the paletted unique values for render type of the land cover raster type. Okay, I select paletted unique values, and then here I have for color ramp random colors. I can choose also other types, other color ramps, but for now I choose the random colors. Okay, click here on classify. Okay, and you could see now all the colors for randomly selected, randomly given to all the values that are stored in your land cover map. So if I click now on apply, you could see now that every class has a different color, and even though the colors are not very much representative, because if I see the lakes in purple, like now they are, it is difficult to recognize them as lakes, as well as the other things with this visualization. Two, I can also change the colors. I can go to, for example, the lakes are the 41 value, okay. So I can click with right click on the color, yeah, and click on change color, okay. I have clicked on this row of 41 value, and now I just move my arrow to select the color that is more appropriate to represent lakes. So now it is, and also I can decide to change the label by this. I can double click on this label and just I can write lakes. Okay, and I can apply it. And now you can see that the lakes are more recognizable because of a more convenient color. Then it would be, however, it would be now hard to set the appropriate colors by us for all the different classes of this land cover. So we can load the style that was previously defined, previously set by the land cover, the Copernicus Land Monitoring Service, because this land cover map comes, it is a small portion of the Korean land cover. So the land cover, I can load the style, go to style. It is better if I just make you to see now the style. Go to style, load style, okay. And you can select, go to your exercise folder where you have all your input data as the GeoPackage, the GIS for Schools GeoPackage. There you would find some styles as the land cover style. Select it, okay, and just open it, and just click on apply. Okay, it has already applied it. Now you can see that visualization is better. You can recognize all the different things, and also you can see that you have already also the legend of your data with the defined appropriate colors. So why it is so? Because the Korean land cover provides the who download their data the different the legend for their data. However, you can see here now that we have also classes that we don't have in our smaller portion of the Korean land cover data. For example, you can see here we have the sea and ocean, but obviously we don't have no sea and no ocean in this area of Italy. So we can remove them by just select this row of 44 value, and by clicking on this minus icon, and we can remove them. We can also see the estuaries, also them, we don't have them in our portion of the area, we can also remove them, okay? If you remember, our portion of the area before stored data from 0 to 41, so it is impossible to have these 42 or 48 values in our pixels. But also what we can do that is more easier to adapt this legend, this style to our portion of the area. We can just select again, classify, click again on classify. Oh, I see there is something. Could you please repeat? How did you change the palette file? You mean how I changed how I loaded the style, or how to, or from the beginning how to make the palette style?
Yes, the last page I didn't understood it well. Did you charge did you get this file, but I don't know how you did it.
Sorry, I do not know if I have understood you well, because there was this problem with sound.
Yes, just problems.
Okay, tell me if I'm right with what I have understood.
Yes, can you hear me well? No.
Not very much.
Now, yes. Now it's okay.
Now, yes. Now
yes,
I hear
perfect.
you.
I'm sorry, I have some problems with my headphones. No, I didn't understood well. How did you get this file to put all these colors prepared in this file?
Okay. So how to load the style on QGIS for your land cover. So I come back. So I close everything. Okay. You have this visualization now, right?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So now I go to style. Here, you see?
Yes.
Perfect. Load style.
Style. Where is exactly the style? I didn't.
Okay, this style is in your exercise folder, the one that you uploaded, that you downloaded from the link we sent to you.
Yes, I know where is the file, but how to get this file in the program? I'm in the color rendering. Okay.
You just have to click on this land cover style. It is a QML file.
Okay.
And then
Okay. I find it. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay. Perfect. No problem. Okay. Now. And then what I suggested before is to click again on classify, because now it adapts to the portion of the area that you have, so it removes the classes that are not present here in my area. So click on, here, click on apply and so on. The problem you can see also, we have these 0 pixels now, that is, I close now by now, these things. Oh, sorry, I have not, okay. I have to redo because I did not select apply. Okay, classify, apply. Okay. You can see that there is here this purple band here and also here, okay, in your figure. All of you have this, this portion of the area with this 0 data. These are no data. They come probably from a reprojection work on this data. So how you can remove them again from our visualization, then tomorrow we will see also how to remove them from our map, our data. By now we can just set them to, we can just delete them by click on 0 and then on remove selected row. And okay, apply. Now you should not see anymore this purple zone. Is it right? Okay, perfect. Then, okay, we have seen all the visualization styles. You can see also here that there are more visualization stylings. for example, the multi-band color, the shades, but for example, multi-band they are more specific for specific types of raster. For example, the multi-band color could be very useful for satellite imagery, but now we don't have. So these are the most used for all types of raster, the paletted, the single band gray, and single band pseudo-color. And we have done for our visualization of raster, but I wanted you to see, I switch off the land cover, that for temperature distribution layer, I go to properties again and to symbology. We have provided to you a similar visualization style as we have done with the land cover. So if you go for temperature distribution on style, load style, you can load the temperature distribution style, click on open, and you can, and then also click again on classify to adapt it to your data, classify, and then click on apply, and you should have now the style already done, already set previously for your temperature distribution data. Okay, so by now we have finished for this 1.9 QGIS visualization for raster. I hope that everything has been well understood, well clear, but if you have questions, please ask. So we can go on with printing maps with QGIS. So now, for this part of the lesson, I need you to remove this land cover raster data by, again, you can click on this icon or can also remove layer, okay, remove. And then we need, with this temperature distribution, we need also river network. And also we need the OSM, the municipalities OSM. So, and also it would be better because now you see the lakes are covered with rivers, lines, and also the borders of municipalities. It would be better to take municipalities and make it under temperature distribution, and also river network, it would be better if it would be between temperature distribution and municipalities OSM. Okay, everyone now is here, is ready with this data. You are ready? I will wait some minutes. Okay, you are ready? Are you ready? Perfect. Okay. Now, we will see now how to compose a printable map with this layer. Be sure that you have maybe your area, your map well centered in your map panel, because now we will open a print layout that is linked to what you see now in your map panel. So go to project menu, okay, and here go to new print layout. Okay, you see this one, click on it, okay, and it says enter a unique print layout title. So I already prepared it. You can use the one that I used here, okay? Distribution of temperatures in the Insubri clay. So now I write me too, okay? Distribution of temperatures in the Insubri lakes. Okay. Now I have entered a unique print layout title and I click on OK to just open a new print layout. Okay, I press on OK. Okay, everyone is here? Perfect. Okay, okay. Now you have this with nothing, this blank page with nothing into, and now we will use these icons that you see on your left, these icons to just add all the basic map elements that are useful to understand the map, to effectively and convey an information and to make also your map more attractive, more readable. So you can see the different icons. There is this arrow that is useful to just move the things. We will see them better. We can start by simple adding the most important basic map elements. So the map content itself. So you see this blank page with, if you go there, you see add map. So select it, okay. You can see now this cursor, different cursor, and you can now drag and drop, or you can just select it and then press OK and just define your area then with the arrow. But if I now drag and drop, so I hold the cursor and I make the area that I want, okay, like here. Okay, you see now I have my map content on my blank page, on my map. Okay, then I can use also under the arrow, you can see this icon that is to move the map content itself into this element. So you can see I can move it, I prefer it. Okay, maybe also I want to zoom it, so I can also use the mouse to roll it, to zoom on it, okay? And you can see here now the map content. I can also decide to make it smaller, to make it, and also to center it. You see, I am working with this arrow. Okay, it is pretty intuitive. Now, another basic element to be added is the title. You can see here the T icon. You can select it. Hope you can see now the T icon that says add label. Okay, I select it, I click on it, and then again drag and drop it. Okay, I prefer to make it centered on the top of my blank page to be well readable, to be seen as a first catch, as a first view catch of the viewer. So now you see, by default, the title is Lorem Ipsum, but we need we need an understandable title that summarizes the purpose and the information that is into your map. So here we can use if you want, there is the title I have used here, that is okay, yep, yes, here, water surface temperature distribution in the Innsbruck Lakes on 14/04/2020. Why have I used this title? And also now I will write it into my blank page, into my map, because it should represent what I have in my map and also when and where. So in the Innsbruck Lakes it is where, and the date when this temperature distribution has been collected. So this is a representative title. We can also set its font that has to be big enough to be seeable and to catch the viewer's eyes. So I can select it to be 19 font size. It is not necessary that you do all the things that I am doing. Just understand also the purpose of composing the map. Then another important basic element is the legend, obviously, to understand all the values, what is represented by the map. You can see these colors in the squared under the T icon. If you go there, you can see the add legend explanation. Okay, I can click on it, okay, and then again hold it in the position that you want it. Okay, now I can use the arrow that is already selected and move it in the position that I want. Okay, you see now I have my legend that is linked to what I have in my layers panel. It is for this reason that before I asked you to remove all the other elements that you had in your layers panel instead of taking only these layers that you see now. However, you can, if you have more layers, if you want to change something, you can go on into the item properties of legend. Now you see it is in bold, it is because we are in legend item properties. For example, I can insert the title of the legend, that is legend, okay? And you can see it has added the legend name. Then I can also decide that I want to change a bit how it looks like my legend. So I can switch off the auto update. This is important to uncheck this auto update box, because if you don't do it, it will always auto update, remembering what you have in your layers panel. So if you uncheck this, the things will not be any more linked between them. So you can change separately the things in your printable version of the map and have still the things as before in your layers panel. So I can, for example, just some examples of what I can do. I can change the names to make them more understandable. For example, I can change the name of temperature distribution, just double click on it and I can water temperature distribution. Now it is more understandable. Also the municipalities, I can double click on it and I can set it municipalities borders. That is why the purpose of this layer into my visualization. Okay. Then also, if you have more layers here, for example, maybe you haven't removed the inland cover layer that we were using before, you can just use these icons, these minus plus icons, for example, to remove the layers that are not needed here for this map, for this legend. Then you can also set the fonts and text formatting. You can, for example, increase the legend font or make it smaller and so on. Okay, we don't lose more time on that. I think that now it is also important to understand that the legend should not, as now you can see, should not cover an important an important information of my map. So for example, now it covers a lake and it is not right like so. So I can use the arrow to also make it smaller, the area of the map, or also to move the things to set them, to make them better, to compose a better map. Then we also need a scale bar to understand the distances in our map. So add scale bar, you see it is under the icon of the legend. So click on this, and after you have clicked on this, again, drag and drop, and you can see now a scale bar. By the scale, under the scale bar item properties, you can set the style also of this scale bar. For example, you can decide you want also a numeric scale. Okay, so now it is, as you see, in a numeric format. However, this is not suggested if you do not print the map, because it would be, if you change the size, the numeric scale would not be right anymore. So use the scale bar. And then finally, just another thing to be added is the north arrow. We can add, for example, it is under the scale bar icon. This is recognizable for its N that reminds to the north. Okay, so I click on it, add north arrow, and I insert in my map. Obviously, it should have the size remaining for its importance. So do not make it very huge, or do not cover other things. It is not so important as the map content or so on. So put it here just to understand the orientation of your data. So another thing, just small things. If you click on this map content, you can also give it a frame. Okay, that is usual. There is in a map. Okay, so to contour your map content, so I have used frame here. I have checked this button, and then also you can decide to put it in a better way. The different things. Okay, you can just play a bit with this visualization, with this printable. Then, when you are happy, when it seems to you that your map is effective, is readable, and is understandable, you can decide to print it, to save it to your computer and export it. You can use these three icons that you see there. These three icons are for exporting it as an image, as a SVG, and also as a PDF. Now we can decide to export it as an image. So click on here, okay. And just if you do not change the name, it will set the name that you have already given before when you have opened the new layout. So I press then on save, sorry for the Italian here. And then, okay, yeah, nothing, it is because I have already saved it, so, okay, yes. Then it will open this window for export options that are more precise. Okay, for this moment we can just decide to save as it wants, and so save. And we have now a new image for this map. on your computer. So this is the end of this practice lesson. If you have some questions also on this last part.
Question, Vania from Portugal.
Yes.
I just can't zoom the layers, just the layers. When I zoom it, I zoomed all documents, so I guess I missed it. You zoomed an area, and I can't.
So you mean when I'm here? Sorry, you need to go there. Okay,
yes.
Click on there, and then okay. Sorry, I have the okay. I click there. Okay, then you see the other thing under the other icon under the arrow.
Yes.
Okay, click on it. Click on now the map. You can move it, right?
Yes.
Perfect. You can also, I use the, I don't know, the mouse to just...
okay, just did it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Okay, I don't know if there are no questions.